Hey there, Byrdie here with Redbyrd Designs and doing a Thursday painting with you guys. We are doing a fun 4th of July pinwheel. And as you're able to hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. And so this is part of our Fun and Flourish group. And the inside the group, we have the guide section that has a tracer for this if you would like it. Okay, so as I let people hop on and possibly be able to paint with us, I know it was short notice today, I am going to double check settings here. Hop on and be able to paint with us. I know it was short notice. Hey, there we go. So if you didn't know and you're catching us live by the off chance, you can set notifications on for Redbyrd Designs so that you're notified every time we go live with the paint along or craft or whatever it may be. So under the live button there's a little bell there. Hit that and it will set you up so that you don't miss a thing. Okay. I think I can see comments. I think we're good. Good. So this is just going to be a simple little pinwheel, but I've got some plans for it. Next one will be a single element, and then maybe the following one, or kind of depends on the time frame. But my idea is to create these individual items and then pull them all together for a bigger picture type painting. And so that's kind of the style that we're working with. Something new. Hi Tabitha. Hi, is it Cara? Guadalupe's watching. Hello ladies. So we are painting the pinwheel today. Hello, Jamie. And so I'm going to take us to the overhead camera and we'll get started painting. Maybe. Here we go. There we are. All right. So, like I said, if you're interested in painting along and would like the tracer, it is in the Fun and Flourish group guides. There's a PDF. And oh, great. I think I said it two different ways. Anyways, this is a PDF. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's perfect. Hi, Katie. And where was I? The tracer, group guides. This is going to be a tracer for a 9x12. And like I said, I'm kind of thinking about doing these little singular pieces with you guys and then pulling them together for a larger piece. So that's kind of my idea. And we did that with the flowers. So if you didn't see, we painted 3 flowers these past 3 weeks in the Fun and Flourish group. And let me show you what those were real quick. I know they're here. Okay, so we had the Cosmo that we did, and that was last week. And then we did the hyacinth, I think it is. It's always a tongue twister for me. So then we did this one 2 weeks ago, and then we did the sunflower 3 weeks ago. And so the idea is to paint together these individual items, and then I challenge you to take those and create a full piece. So taking those 3 flowers into a vase. So that's kind of my idea with doing these individuals. We'll see how it goes and what your guys' responses are, but sometimes just creating those individual pieces is the starting point to creating a larger piece of art. Okay, so paints that I'm going to be using today are the white and black and red and blue. That's it. So we've got lots of white out. We're going to get just a little bit of some black out. And we're going to create this fun kind of maybe a rustic gray blurred out background back here. I'm just going to use a large flat for the background. It's my favorite brush for backgrounds because it allows me to put a bunch of paint down fairly fast. I am a fast painter, and so I like to make it simple. So I've loaded my brush up with a bunch of white, and then I just did a little dip into that black. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out and just do long brush strokes from top to bottom to get this fun streaky background. And if your paint is kind of thick, water it down so that you're able to get that paint to flow really nicely for you. So you don't want to be struggling. So and make sure that you have enough paint on your brush. So if I had just gotten a small amount of paint, I'm able to go from here to here and that's it, and I run out. So the key is to really load your brush up and make sure that it's fluid so that you can pull that paint from top to bottom. And I'm even able to do a couple brush strokes, kind of just blending that black and white together. There we go. So I'm going to blow dry this real quick, and then that way we can move on, because this is going to take a few seconds to dry. So give me just a second. Sorry for the noise. There we go. All right, and then like I said, if you're interested in the tracers, that's in the group. So I'm going to just show you how to use this. We're going to line it up kind of where I want it. And then we're going to use a piece of transfer paper or graphite paper. And if you've never used this before, there's two sides to graphite carbon paper, tracing paper. There's a dull side, and then there's a shiny side. And the shiny side goes down onto your surface, the dull side is up. So I'm going to slide this in between my tracer and my surface. I'm going to use a pencil here and just with a medium pressure go over all my lines. So if you're just sketching this out, an easy way to do a pinwheel is find your center point where you want to put that center, and start by putting a big X out. Okay, and then from that I take it from one of the edges, and we're just doing an arc back to about the middle point of this line. And then we come from the center and arc it the other way. So we take it from the end We're going to create a huge arc to the center of this line, and then from the center point I come down and arc it that way. So we've kind of got this triangle here that happens. Then we're going to create a stick for it, and then it's sitting in this little glass jar here. So we're just seeing a little bit of that jar. Alright. So I'm going to start by painting the blue parts of the pinwheel. And I'm using 2 Blue by Apple Barrel. And I have been painting a lot with this blue, so I'm almost out. Let's see, where's my brush? Alright, so we're going to start by just filling these sections in. And this first coat is going to look kind of splotchy. I'm going to need a second coat to get a good coverage. I always say paintings typically go through an ugly stage before they get pretty. And every layer you put down is just going to add better coverage, more texture. For this step I am using just a medium to large round for this part to fill in. Alright, that's the first coat for that. Like I said, it's kind of splotchy right now, but we're going to come in with a second coat and some shadows, and it's really going to start to take shape there. Alright, so then this is the folded part of the pinwheel that's folded into the center here. So then we're going to get these wings, and we're going to paint those all white to start with. So who saw the post about the bow? What did you guys think about, if you did see it, I guess, what did you think about the sunflowers with trucks? That is going to be, that's a sneak peek of the next joy box that we have going on, actually. So don't forget to go vote if you think it looks better with a bow or a no bow. There we go, it's starting to take shape. Okay, so while I've got white on my brush, I'm going to come down here and using just a really light pressure, well, I'm going to actually switch brushes. It's a little too thick. I'm going to find a small round and using this white outline my jar down here. So we've got this oval at the top for the top of the jar that we're seeing. And then we just round it in and then round it out. And then I'm going to add some lines along the top for where a lid might screw on. And then I'll just add a couple small white brush strokes along the side here for where the sun might be catching the glass there. All right, I'm going to go into the black and put a little center spot here, a little circle in the center where we're gathered that pinwheel, and then I'm going to use the black to create my stick, my stick. Now when you get down to the jar, to make it look like it's sitting in the jar, we want to go over the back part of the oval and stop right at that front part of the oval. Then we're going to pick up and go right under that line and continue on with our stick. So essentially that stick gets broken by the front of the jar, so it looks like it's inside there. All right, so let's go back to the blue here and add some shadows and a second coat. So I'm going to start, I've got my small round and I'm going to pull a little bit of blue off to the side. I'm going to grab some black and make a little bit of a darker blue here. Let's darken it up a little bit. So let me know, guys, if you do any vacationing or if you have vacation plans for the 4th of July. Do you camp? Do you stay home? Do you travel? Are you big firework fans? Alright, so I've got my dark blue and I am going to concentrate on putting that on the curved part here where it's folding in, so we've got maybe a little bit of a shadow happening there, and then on this back part right there. So just a little brush stroke there coming around to that front curve and adding a little bit of the dark there, so you can already start to see that shadow happening. So along the line and then along that front curve. Alright, we got one more here. Again, along the front curve there, and then along that back line. We can start to see that darken up. Alright, so then I'm going to go right into just the original blue and put a second coat on the other parts of that pinwheel there. So it kind of helps blend that dark in, that dark shadow in, and gives us that second coat we need to get a nice true blue there. Here we go. Hi, Darla. Hi, Susan. Who else do we have? Sonia, Krista, possibly still. All right, so we've got that. We're gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna come in. Let's see, my white's still a little bit wet, so let's put the polka dots on the blue. By that time the white will be dry and we can put our stripes in. So for the polka dots, I am going to use the back of my brush, and you could definitely do any pattern you want in the blue. You could put a couple stars in there, hearts, flowers, whatever you want to do. So using the back of the brush, I'm just dipping it in the paint, and then I'm going to use it like a stamp. So we're just going to randomly place our dots out here. Okay. And I'm not quite as random as I probably want to be. My brain keeps telling me to put them in a line. So it's hard to be random sometimes. Darla's got many family gatherings, yes. Lots of barbecues and get-togethers and games. It's what we do. And she's on vacation. Darla, poolside on vacation. Awesome. There we go. That one turned out to be a little more random. All right. Let's do our stripes next. We used to try and get out to the lake and camp, but haven't done that in quite a while. So we try and just get together. Eating ribs on the 4th of July, that sounds like a good plan too. Ribs and corn on the cob and coleslaw maybe. Alright, so I'm going to take this little liner brush. It's kind of more of a flat brush here, and I'm going to eyeball my stripes. I'm going to start with my longest stripe here along the edge, as my guide. It's easy to put in. And as you're adding your red stripe, just make sure your white is dry, otherwise you're going to blend it and get a pink. And as you're trying to get a straight line, remember to move faster than slower. You are able to actually draw a little bit straighter if you go at a faster pace. The slower we are, the more our hands tend to shake. And I've got a little bit of some wet paint right here, so I'm going to have to come back on that stripe. Oh, potato salad, of course, yes. I almost forgot about potato salad. My mom makes the best potato salad. I've yet to master that. And of course she doesn't work from a recipe, right? It's all just experience and throwing this in there and a handful of that and all of that. Okay, that one's still very wet. All right, I'm gonna blow dry this real quick. Excuse the noise. Alright, let's try this again. No pink. There we go. So I'm essentially putting 4 red stripes in each one of these. Little sections here. And you could definitely, if hand painting these stripes in makes you nervous or worried, or you would like to sketch in some lines, then absolutely do that. And this is just a fun, easy, whimsical painting, so don't worry if it's not perfect. My stripes are far from perfect. Alright, we got one little, would you call it a leg? Oh, section? A little section of this pinwheel left here. There we go. All right. So let's grab our liner brush and some black and get some lines in here to show this little guy spinning. I need a little more black. So I'm going to take my black and I'm going to start just by adding some little arches or small little brush strokes around the pinwheel to help it look like it's spinning. And then I'm going to add a little bit of some black lines with my jar down here, just to help to define a few of these white lines here. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of black around my pinwheel. Again, just to define the edges. As you're adding these defining lines or outlines, you could always add a fun little element into that and add a couple little dots here and there. Kind of along that black line that you're painting in. There we go. So that is our painting for today. I'm going to take my tape off and bring it up close, get it close and personal here and show you how imperfect it is. The idea with these Fun and Flourish paintings is to do a quick 30-minute to maybe a little bit longer, but just to get us painting more. And I've had this idea to create these little individual pieces with you, and with the thought that you could then group them together for a more complete painting. So that is what we're doing. We're going to give it a try and see how it works out. So this is the first single item in the series coming up. It's a cute little 4th of July pinwheel, and then next week we'll also do something 4th of July, a single item. And then maybe one more, a third one, and then we'll bring them all together. So if you would like the tracer for this, it is in the Fun and Flourish Facebook group under the guide section. There's a PDF in there that you can go download. It looks like this. And just to show you the last 3 weeks, if you want to catch the replay on those and kind of see what I'm talking about, we did a couple different flowers. So we did a Cosmo, a single Cosmo, we did a single no, it's gonna get stuck in my tongue there, hyannis. So we did that, and then we did a single sunflower. So again, the idea is to create these single elements essentially breaking down a larger painting, so showing you how to do single elements and then taking those all together. If I can find the one here, and bringing them all together in a bouquet or some other type of painting. So that is kind of the idea for the next couple weeks, what we're doing. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to painting with you again next week. Another 4th of July element, and so enjoy your vacation, Darla. And any other questions? Anything else? Alright guys, thanks for watching so much, and as always, it's so much appreciated if, as a small business, to help me get seen in the big wide world of Facebook, if you could give me some thumbs up, hearts, spread the joy, sprinkle the love, and as always, even just a quick little comment really helps, and I so appreciate it. So thanks for your support. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.